Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, but fuck you and everybody else. I'm Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid, I do for self, I do for self, but fuck you and everybody else.
Hey, what's going on, everybody? I'm Mr. Palmer, and what I want to talk to y'all today about these manipulated young brothers that's out here, who's usually manipulated based off being raised by a baby mama terrorist, aka Project of a Single Mother. I call it POSM, P-O-S-M. And the reason why I want to talk about this is because I did a video. Well, no, I uploaded a video off Instagram. It was by Jeremy L. What's his last name? Jeremy L. Holloway. He always do video clips, reenactments based off child support, different situations that actually goes on. He talk about the woman's situation as well as the man's situation. Shout out to him. He been doing this for, from what I know, I've been seeing it for a couple of years. And I posted a video up there, and what I talked about was baby mama terrorists who live off a man's child support, 3 kids, and only one pays child support. He's paying $1,300 a month. She got 2 other kids. She's taking his child support and spending it on all 3 kids and spending it on the house and everything else, right? Okay, I understand that a mother got to do what they got to do, but here's the problem. The 2 other fathers ain't paying child support. She's not working, and that's a problem. And what my argument was, it's not right that you're using one man's child support to take care of the whole house. And this goes on all the time. Ain't nothing we could do about it because you go to court, the judge say she could do as she pleases, which is bullshit. But it don't make it right, and I called it out. And many people agreed with me, men and women. Get a job. In the video, she's not working. She's living like a pimp to me, because you get money from the baby daddy or the child's father. So they get into an argument when he finds out that you spend all the money on everybody. She come back and says, I'm doing what I gotta do, the deflecting the bullshit. I'm doing what I gotta do. You ain't here doing this. You don't know what's going on. Blah 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 blah. He said, let me get my son. Of course not. Hell nah. I'm not gonna let you. That's my son. Now it's my son. And that's the bullshit I called out. Now, of course, I had a young, he looked to be like 18, 19, maybe 20, college student. And he came out and said, I'm not gonna read it but I'm gonna post it on here so you can check it out yourself. But I'm gonna talk short on it. Basically, what he said was any man that's paying child support is because he didn't want to be a father. He should have stepped up. And what I was trying to tell this young brother, that you can be a father and be there for your kids and still be on child support. You could be paying, you could be having equal 50-50 equal parenting time and still be on child support. Where did you get this mindset from that you think if a man on child support, he didn't want to be a father, he's automatically deadbeat? And he told me that he went through it. His mama had a struggle and everything. She was getting child support and she had a struggle with the kids and everything else. So he understood. And what I'm trying to tell him, for example, if your daddy is a deadbeat, okay, that don't mean everyone else is like that. Just because your mom went through what she went through, but then again, a lot of these baby mama terrorists will run the man away and alienate him, but tell the kids that he didn't want to be bothered with you. See, he didn't want to be bothered with you. That's why he ain't around. He hates you. He don't want to be bothered with you. And I seen the manipulation because he was raised by a project of a single mother. Now, I'm gonna be honest with y'all guys. I'm not against single mothers who was in a relationship and he decided he didn't want to be a father, to hell with you or whatever. Or I'm not going against a single mother who was married and she got divorced, or she was married and the guy passed away. I'm talking about these baby mama terrorists who choose single motherism, who put in their brains that you don't need no man. And you tell your son you don't need your daddy, all you need is me, mommy. And the sad part about it, this brother is fully manipulated. There's so many kids like that, boys and girls, who really believe that they don't even need their own daddy because what the baby mama terrorist says. A real mother's not going to go against the father and talk bad about him. That child will learn for themselves. But let's get back to the situation at hand. When we was talking, I was telling him, I said, if you don't believe what I'm saying, just go Google it, read for yourself. I ain't just talking off the side of my mouth. Of course they ain't gonna do that. I tell many people this, they don't do it. They go by what they want to believe. And you could tell he was fully manipulated. And I told him, I said, I hope that you get your mind right. I told him, I'm sorry you didn't have your father. Really, I am. Because if you did, you wouldn't have this mindset when it comes to child support and equality amongst men. Now, of course, he talking that shit. And then he finally getting this in his feelings because he talking emotional. And that you definitely don't do as a young man. As a man, period. You don't jump and be reactor. I told you, be a thinker, not a reactor. And I'm trying to school him because he ain't trying to hear it. And I told him, you was raised by a baby mama terrorist project with a single mother. And because of this, you're going to fail. I said, and I tell you, he's in college, he going to have a good job, he going to make it in life on that aspect, but he going to lack a lot of things. He going to be a sucker to the game. He going to have lack of knowledge where a woman's going to send him off, and he going to be set up for failure. And on child support, alienated, child manipulated, he ain't around his kid and everything else. You don't believe me? Just watch. How many of y'all can contest to this? You didn't realize that your daddy was going through the same situation until you yourself was on child support, alienated, screwed by the court system. There's many of fathers who told me that their own mother was a baby mama terrorist, but they didn't realize it because they was raised, took care of, got what they wanted. But it was when they finally met their father, or whether they got in their own situation and they tell their mom about the baby mama terrorists they got, and they make excuses for them and look out for them, take up for them, be their buddy and put you under the table. And this goes on all the time. This is why I say a lot of men, well, a lot of boys who become so-called men become blue-pilled beta simps because of lack of fathers. That's why it's important, if you can, be in your son's life, especially. Be in your kid's life if you can. Now, you alienated, you watch your hands move on because you couldn't deal with all the terroristic acts, I understand. But the ones who can, if you can, please stay in your child's life. Because what I'm trying to tell you, this is the reason why men can come together, because you got these blue-pilled, project of single mother simps. Black, white, blue, green, it does not matter. And there's many of them that make excuses for these women, baby mama terrorists, that is pathetic. And to me, they worse than a baby mama terrorist. There's no excuse for this brother to have the mindset that he has. But if he's only raised by a single mother, then he's going to act like her, manipulate her. Why do you think a lot of men are in jail now for murder? Because they run off their emotions. Killing a girlfriend because she says over, or killing someone because they told you to shut up and mind your business. This is real, and people think it's a joke. Ha ha he he. They think it's cool to eliminate the father out the picture. They think it's cool to tell the son or the daughter, your daddy didn't want you. He chose this woman over y'all. It don't be the case. They mad because of fair relationship and they put it out on their child. And when they put it on their child, all they do is spread that evil seed in their bloodline to go down the road to the next generation. But see, I'm just a dumb nigga off Cottage Grove. I don't know what I'm talking about. I'm stupid. I'm deadbeat. I'm running for child support. I'm just mad, bitter, and angry. But I ain't got no arrest record. I ain't never been to jail before. But keep assuming. This is why we have to be there for our young brothers, the ones that's willing to listen. This is why we got to teach the youth in the streets. We got to teach our nephews. We got to teach our godsons. We got to teach young students that are willing to listen, because we don't want them to be in the same dynamic like this blue pill sucker young brother. One thing I can say, as long as you live, you can make change. I think many of us can admit that we was taught, or we was a little bit misguided. Not all the way. We was a little bit misguided by our mom, because a real mother's a nurturer, forgiving, turn the other cheek. You know, then you got that father who is a lead, no games, stay strong, better not cry type of father. That's why it's good to have both, because you get a little bit of both. A woman can judge you on how you'll treat her because of how you treat your mom, or how your father was to you, how y'all relationship is. Now don't get me wrong, a lot of men who was raised by their grandmother, see, that's why I miss grandmother. 80-year-old grandmother, 70-year-old grandmother, not 35-year-old grandmother. Them was the ones that taught you how to be a man and a woman, because she was the strong one that did what she had to do. And then the uncles and the big cousins, the older cousin. So even if you don't have your dad around, it's good to have your uncles around, your big cousins, your godfather. So it's no excuse. But you got a lot of these baby mama terrorists who don't have no man around because they quote unquote don't need no man, so independent, but all they doing is trickling their evil nonsense and they dumb logic on down to their kids. This is why a lot of females who become grown end up being the same way as their mother was, because number one, they hated their mother. They did not get along. Attitudes, all because she let the daughter do what she want to do and dictate and give her whatever. Then as soon as she tell her no, or as soon as she get her first dick, all that is off. Now the older hoe is mad at the young hoe because the old hoe can't do what the hoe shit she used to do. You think I'm lying? Ask around, you'll be surprised. So this is picture, and I put it out there because there's so many of them like this, and I want y'all to comment and tell me if y'all can relate to this, or even tell me if you used to be one of these brothers that didn't know but realized what reality really was and took that red pill. What people need to understand, if we don't call this out, we don't put it out there, people don't know, because some people really don't know, and this brother really don't know. So maybe in due time he changes his ways, or I hope he'll learn the hard way and be just like many of us, hollering fuck child support. Like, subscribe, comment, please share it, please donate, please support the cause. Let's make this happen. I'm Mr. Palmer, and this conversation is over. Fuck child support.
Yeah, Mr. Palmer. I'm Mr. Palmer, self-made, CEO, self-paid. I do for self, I do for self. Fuck you and everybody.